Hello and welcome to the Managing Uncertainty podcast. I'm Bryan Strawser, Principal and Chief Executive here at Bryghtpath. And in our first episode for 2025, I want to talk about future-proofing your leadership, the skills that I think will matter most for resilience leaders in 2025. As we step into the new year, the business landscape, I think, continues to evolve rapidly. It presents leaders like you with unprecedented challenges and opportunities. We also have an enormous amount of uncertainty in the world right now as the United States transitions to new political leadership, as we continue to see war between Russia and Ukraine, between Israel and various terrorist groups, and just general uncertainty and economic uncertainty throughout the world. To navigate this dynamic environment, leaders must cultivate specific skills that help drive organizational flexibility and resilience and innovation. So I want to really talk about what those key leadership competencies are that each of us needs to have to ensure that we remain essential to the future and that we can continue to lead our organizations into what will come this year. So the first key leadership skill, as I see it, is adaptive leadership. It is the need for leaders to be able to make swift, informed decisions in volatile situations. For example, I'll go back to the COVID pandemic. Many organizations had to rapidly adjust operations. They had to offer accommodations for frontline workers. They had to find ways to adapt to an ever-changing set of requirements in a rapidly evolving pandemic. It was a great example of adaptive decision-making that helped those organizations and leaders navigate that uncertainty. The second is empathetic communication, something that we've talked about before, but it revolves around how important empathy is in building trust and guiding teams through uncertainty. For example, during the pandemic, the Prime Minister of New Zealand was really credited for her empathetic communication that helped foster public trust and compliance, resulting in effective crisis management in New Zealand. The next key leadership skill is technological savvy. It is even more important today as we use technology as a force multiplier to understand how to leverage technology to drive innovation and its efficiency. And this includes understanding how to use newer tools like artificial intelligence. For example, Starbucks went through a period of digital transformation where they were utilizing AI, shifting consumers rather to their mobile app. That really helped enhance the customer experience and operational efficiency through initiatives like the Starbucks Rewards program. The next is one near and dear to my heart. It is competence in crisis management. Leaders need to be able to effectively manage through a crisis in order to maintain organizational stability. We go back to the classic 1982 case study of how Johnson & Johnson handled the Tylenol crisis, where they utilized effective crisis management, taking swift action and transparent communication that restored the public trust. The next is cultural intelligence and inclusivity, highlighting the significance of leading diverse teams with cultural sensitivity to foster inclusion and collaboration. For example, PepsiCo's former CEO, Indira Nooyi, really emphasized cultural inclusivity at Pepsi, leading them to a global market expansion and a more inclusive workplace culture. The next is the correlation between resilience and stress management. The need or the connection between your personal resilience and your ability to manage stress as you lead effectively under pressure. For example, if some of you might remember in 2010, we had the Chilean mining accident where a number of miners were trapped and ultimately were rescued. The president of Chile's resilient leadership was really pivotal in the successful rescue of the 33 miners who were trapped underground for 69 days. The next is around ethical leadership and integrity. The importance, of course, of being an ethical leader and maintaining ethical standards in your organization helps build organizational credibility. A good example of this is how Paul Pullman, the former CEO at Unilever, was really recognized for how he embedded sustainable and ethical practices into the company's core strategy, helping to enhance its reputation and performance. Lastly is strategic vision and foresight, and that is the need for leaders to understand to have created a clear strategic vision for the organization and the foresight to anticipate future threats. For example, Elon Musk's leadership at Tesla really showcases an example of strategic vision in enhancing electric vehicle technology when many thought it couldn't be done, and developing renewable energy solutions along the way. So how can you go about building these kind of skills as a resilience leader in 2025? Well, the first is just committing to continuous learning and development, that by engaging in ongoing education and professional development will help you stay abreast of emerging trends and technologies. The second is by mentorship and coaching, that you advocate for your team and others to seek mentorship, and that you provide coaching to others in order to form a culture of growth and development. Building diverse networks where you're highlighting the value of diverse professional networks so that you can gain varied perspectives and insights. Don't just get ideas from the same group of tired old folks. Go find newer audiences of people who are thinking differently and incorporate those elements into what you're doing. The importance of what I would call feedback mechanisms or feedback loops, but what is the importance of establishing mechanisms for receiving and acting on feedback to improve your leadership effectiveness. And lastly, just engaging in scenario planning. As a resilience leader, I think it's important to think about potential challenges and scenarios that your organization or your clients might face, and then practicing those in order to build plans and enhance your decision-making capabilities. So as we navigate the complexities of the year to come here in 2025, let's all commit to cultivating these essential leadership skills and help drive our organizations towards a more resilient and innovative future. That's it for this edition of the Managing Uncertainty podcast, our first of 2025. I'll be back next week with another new episode. Be well. Thanks for watching our video. To learn more about how to manage uncertainty and disruption in your organization, be sure to like, follow, and subscribe to our video channel. And here are a few more videos that we've selected that will help you learn more about business continuity, crisis management, and crisis communications.